Yeah. Come on. Welcome.
Good afternoon, Sean Higgs coming at you here, Midday Money on a Thursday, the 30th of November. Welcome on into the show. Hit the like button, subscribe, notification bell on so you know Midday Money, look headlines, free pick videos that I loaded up. I loaded up like 6 or 7 yesterday. So they're all on Winner Free Picks and also on the Sean Higgs channel. And I just threw the 7-day steal in the chat. If you're interested in that, I will put the free picks in the chat as well. And only really one for today in college hoops, and then the rest is for college football for the weekend. We'll talk about all that in a second. Twitter, the X, Mr. Sean Higgs, want to come give it a follow? Why wouldn't you? And try to be a short show today. I got to have a dentist appointment for a cleaning, like 6-month cleaning. I don't know. I brush my teeth every day. I'm not a big flosser. I don't floss. I guess I should floss. I do get those little stick kind of things they have. You know, those little, not the, you know what I'm talking about. They have the floss on them. I use that every once in a while. But I don't know. Need my teeth. What am I going to do? Maybe I'll get them whitened. I don't know. I think I feel like I'll be a freak if they're like the same color as my shirt. Like, shouldn't they just be normally kind of, they get worse with age? Right? I don't know. I don't know. Well, that's my teeth situation. No cavities in a long time, so that's good. Let's hit a little recap of action. 2 and 3 in college hoops yesterday on the video. 2 and 3 day, not good. And on the site, I go 5 and 6 with a push. And I think I had a couple close losses. I had Evansville, right? They were getting 11.5. I think they lost by 12. Appalachian State, I had 11, so I ended up getting a push there. If you got 10.5, you might have got a win. But 18 losses, 6 pushes, and sitting at I think 63 and 70, 59 and 65. So still a few games under 500. I got 5 games today. One of them is in the chat. So there is that. There was no NFL. There's no college football. There's no NBA. No hockey. What did we just have? College hoops yesterday? That's all we had? Yeah, I guess that was all we had yesterday. That's the way it is sometimes. Right? We had 3 hockey. NBA, I had a top play yesterday on the Clippers. 12 and 3 in the NBA this season. 12 and 3 in the NBA, 9 and 4 in NHL. It's good for number 3 on Winner Free Picks parlays. And we're number 2 in college football, 86 to 54. Number 2 in NFL, 76 to 52. 2 and 1. Not bad. Not bad season when you're top 3 in 4 sports that are going on. Actually, there's 5. College hoops, again, a little under 500, but it is what it is. Let's get to today's action. We'll start it up in college basketball again. Oh, excuse me, as I yawn. 18 and 24, minus $8 here after a 2 and 3 day yesterday. One game today, New Orleans plus 12.5. That is in my 5-pack that I do have on the sites. And that's it. I mean, it is what it is. We'll see how we do. Got to get college hoops on track. I said I was going to try to take it easy out of the gate. Yesterday I thought I was going to have a good day. A couple close ones, almost got there. But, close but no cigar. That does not put food on the table. Again, close losses. No hockey. I did look at one hockey game I thought about using. And again, hockey, you see in the video here, we're 7 and 10 minus 275. We are 9 and 4 on the site. Sites is. So again, I am winning. But I'm not just going to put it out just to put out because I'm having a nice little run here. Again, the one game I sort of thought about today was the Calgary Flames at home. I think they're about plus 110 against Dallas. And I did like Dallas the other day with Ray. I did not use it. I probably should have. They won. But in this spot here, I want to go against them and take Calgary. That is all on the ice for me. That is all. NBA, we are 9 and 5 plus 350 in the video. And again, on the sites, 12 and 2. I'm 13 and 1 with Russ and Jesse on Ross's site. Yeah, I looked at the NBA last night. Not much out there for me. Maybe thinking about a Thunder over against the Lakers. Again, not running to bet it. Not gonna run a jump on these guys here. NFL, we are 29-22 in the video, plus 590. I said this the other day. Cowboys team total over 27.5 on the season. NFL, good season, 76-52, about 60%. College football, 38-34 in the video, and I loaded up a couple here just to get ahead of the weekend. Just put them out here. Oregon under 66 tomorrow. Texas over. Oh my goodness, I'm running like a maniac today. I'm sorry. I went to bed early last night too. Maybe it's just psychologically I'm worried about the dentist come in and got to take X-rays. I don't know. I don't know what that'd make me wrong. I'm just trying to think why am I winning. Texas over to 55. Boise minus 2.5. Georgia over 54.5. Tulane under the 47, and Troy minus the 6. I tried to throw a bunch out. It's the last real full weekend of I don't say full week of college football, but really we got bowls coming up next month. But this is basically it for a while, and we're gonna go at it. I got what do I have 2, 3, 6, 7, 8, 9 games on the site. Again, $24 for a week, or for a day pass, but $31 for a week. You get all those. You'll get 6 NFL games on top of that, plus any other sports. But here we go. That's the video picks for today. Teaser Tuesday. We do have Dallas here. They go tonight. I should probably put this up in here for everybody to see. Dallas had to pick them. Miami had to pick them. Niners plus 6. College tomorrow. Oregon. Toledo minus half. Oklahoma State for Teaser Tuesday. College football. See bad 3-11. NFL good plus 340. Minus 710. But combined, that is a loser in the teasers. That's why I say I'm not a big teaser guy, not a big parlay kind of guy. But I thought out there for you, the people. I feel like I'm Bane in the Batman movie. For you. Miz is in the house. Top 6 worst defense so far in basketball. Wright State, Toledo, Drake, Cornell, Rice, Nebraska, Omaha. 3 games went over yesterday. Today you got Rice on the hill. How did those teams do covering yesterday? Because remember I said I liked Wright State there. Excuse me, not right. I like they're playing IUPUI. Cornell was playing, I think, Monmouth. Let's go through these, see how they did. We'll start in the horizon. Wright State, they covered 103-74. Okay, that would have been a loser. Toledo, the Rockets did not play. Drake out of Mizzou against Valpo. They covered. I said I sort of like we talked about. I said, oh, maybe I like Valpo in that spot. Would have been a loser for me. So that would have been 2 losers I would have added. That would have not been good. And then we go to Cornell. They didn't cover, right? That line was a little bigger. Monmouth would have covered the double digits there. So that would have been 1 and 2. Rice is today. Nebraska, Omaha. Did they play yesterday? Or are they playing today? Did not play yesterday. I would have went 1 and 2. I would have went 1 and 2 with those games. So I'm glad I didn't do it. Nebraska, Omaha's playing today, but they're playing a nobody. Bellevue used to be an insane asylum, I believe. Not so much anymore. And we got Rice today against T. Martin. Tennessee Martin. Rice 5-point fave, sitting at a 164. Do you want to take T. Martin here plus 5? T. Martin in the over? Tennessee Martin, miss? T. Martin's in house. I'm on, brother. 2 losing days now for me. I love it. Even my folks lost out on 1-2 day. I'm ashamed. It happens. Shout out to Mike B. Yes, St. Joe's plus 390. You messaged me last night on Twitter about that. I thought I responded. I did not. I apologize. I mean, seriously. And I was like, oh, plus 15, sure. Plus 12, it came down. I wish I had a better number. Mike wants to sprinkle the money line on it. You feel dumb when it comes in that easy, I'll be on CD Lamb and Cooks to score a first half touchdown night plus 190 and a plus 480. Not much meat on the bone today. It's all right. You can pass on days. It happens. T-Money lost the Suns. I just had to take them live. Came back, took the lead, and got smoked again. Here we go with the in gaming, NBA kind of stuff. I let me just say there's a poll question up, by the way. There's a poll question up on Winfrey picks for tonight's NFL game side. Who do you like there? Do you like the 9? Do you like the uh, laying it, taking it, whatever? So that is up there if you want a vote on winning free picks. The poll is up and uh, 16 votes so far, and it's pretty heavy on Dallas. 75% is on Big D to get it done. So, um, the NBA, what are we doing? Yeah, Michael B. Means right. Nice win for him. Nice win. Let's see what else we got going on here. Michael B. Here's Michael B. Coming in, collected. He's not even strung like a peacock. First thing in here should have been like, I told you so. Joe's money line. Money Markel's on Dallas team total over with me. Let's go. I'm on Dolphins team total against the Commanders as well. Foster's been in. Have a good day. Hope your game was good. It's been good, Foster. Good to see you. I didn't see you over with Tooch and Anthony in the Bear Bar room on Friday or last Thursday. Hope you had a good holiday as well. And thanks for popping in and saying hello today. Moneyline Markel's here. He's on OKC and SGA over points. Sprinkle a 40 spot on him. Nobody on Lakers can guard him. SGA over points. What is that number? I'll have to take a look at that. Groovy says, what up, Higgs? Lots of action today. Hope you kick butt today. Wichita State, see-through? See-through. I don't know if the Wichita State was. That was last night. Wichita State, I believe. We'll see how we do today. I'm college basketball. Okay, I said it. I'm just been a game under 500 basically every day. I need to start catching some of these. As I mentioned, 70 losses, 18 of them, 16 by 2 or less. Add 2 more in there, 3, and that's 18 losses. Come on, man. That's the way November's going. And I said college and NFL football started the same kind of way, and they turned it around. So maybe I turn it around this year. Normally, I'm really good November, December, January. Maybe I'm just going to hover, and have that big run in February this year and turn around in February as opposed to thinking in February. And I do. February is a terrible month for me. I do not know why. I do not know why. Well, I know why because all these losses I'm catching now. I usually catch in February. Michael B. Nice night, St. Joe's. There you go. Plus $9. Wakey, Forest. Get it done. Belmont. Nice. Montana. Army. Central Connecticut. Over. My loss was Colorado plus 4.5. Somebody fooled me with this. If I would have second left in the game, are you kidding me? Well, I had Colorado plus 3. So did that even? I didn't even know what that final was. I didn't. Was that a? Where is that game? 88-83. So I was getting 3.5. Are you kidding? And that's another 1 point loser I got to add on that one. Getting 3.5, lose by 5. I got to add that to my list of losers. Look at this one. Colorado plus 3.5, lose 5. So that's a 1.5. That is loss 19. Lost 19 and 6 pushes. 25 games. Yikes. Miz, changed Cornell to over yesterday. Today, Hofstra minus 4.5 over the 148. Fairly ridiculous. Plus 12 over 158 in the Rights game, over 116 in New Orleans. Hold on a second. Hofstra minus 4.5. That's the line there. I know that one. Okay. I can say, okay, that one, sure. Over the 148. Fairly ridiculous is 158. So I'm guessing that's supposed to be Hofstra 4.5 and over. That's all one game there, right? Okay. That was a 145 opener, by the way. FDU is plus 12. That opened up at plus 10. I kind of like Fordham, but at 12, I don't like it at 12. I'd prefer it at 10. 12, I'd probably be with you on the dog if I took it. And over the 158. Okay, that's hold steady. Rice over the 163 against Tennessee Martin. We said that earlier. All right. That's come down. That was a 164. Although I do like Tennessee Martin in the points there. Now, that's only because you brought up the fact that Rice plays up tempo, no defense, but that was 1-2 yesterday. So we'll see how it goes today. New Orleans plus the 12. I got that right here in the chat. Queens game over in college hoops. Who does Queens have? Where is Queens? I don't see Queens on the schedule today. And it's a short schedule. I should have did a Marcos minute. I'm gonna wait for Marcos to come in if he comes in today. Because I did it, and then he came in, looked for a Marcos minute as the show was ending. T Money. I love showing you had the clips too. I took the 2.5 for 104. Yeah, I had him, I think, just minus a, I think it was yesterday, open up at a 1. Michael, college hoops say Southeast Missouri State +9, Wilmington, East Carolina over so far. I could do a little Southeast Missouri with you there. All right. I don't hate taking a doggy. NC Wilmington, East Carolina. If Tim was here, he'd be upset you're going over East Carolina because he wants them to win. So, I mean, I guess if you take an over, you're thinking East Carolina's going to score a bunch of points and they'll outscore the other team because it's a pick 'em. So I guess he'll be happy here. 143. It was 143. It's come down. I don't know. See how that works out tomorrow. Effing Bob. How are you, Bob? Good morning. Tate the Greats, pop it in. I appreciate it. While others may give you crap, I will give you your props. Thank you, Tate. I don't get that much crap from people. I get a little bit. Think about South Florida +6. The Bulls against Hofstra. I don't know. That line is 6 now. That line is 6. I mean, I don't know if I want Hofstra -6. I do like the Pride today, but it's 6. Whatever points I can get a tip with Liberty against Florida Atlantic. I love FAU has been cashing one off tournament win versus a good Liberty team. If I get 8 to 9, I might. I don't know. You think it'll get that high? It opened at 7. You think it's gonna go up 2 points like that? 2 full? Tate Gray says I got Chicago State -2 in a battle of dumpster fires. This was 3.5, so it's come down. You know, I'd like Delaware State the other day. I again, why are we running to these kind of games? No, thank you for me. Rays in the house. Dallas Flames first period over 1.5. All right, I'm going to jump on a little ice because I kind of like the Flames there. So I might offset this. You think that if it's going to go over in the first period, maybe I'll take the Flames because it's going to be a high scoring game. Gustav over the points again. I got to write down Gustav, see how he does tomorrow. Gustav over a half, and Zaka anytime goal +205. Who's Zaka on? Who's that guy? John Benjamin's the horn. Good morning, Phil. Thank you. Oh, I love it. I love it. Miz, I'm saying take the games over for the ones that we just mentioned. For the Cornells. Yeah. But what I'm saying when you're talking about how they're the bad defenses and stuff like that, where they let me find your exact how they're the worst. Where's the Miz? Top worst. If they're the worst defenses, top 6 worst defenses. Why wouldn't I? If I'm going to take an over, why wouldn't I take a team they're playing when they're laying double digits? If they're top 6, there's 330 teams. They're at the bottom. They're ranked 325 out of 330 teams in defense. Why wouldn't I take +10s and 12s on the other side of that? That was my point of it. Over 139.5 now. So this is down again. East Carolina. This was 143 yesterday on the open. Michael B at T Money says appreciate the thank you for Michael coming in here telling you yesterday take a +$9 St. Joe's money line. How many NBA stars rushed yesterday? That's why I don't bet NBA. Yeah, no betting allowed, Miz. There was one spot I liked, and it was on the Clippers. You had the Kings in a tough back-to-back versus Golden State, a game where there was going to be a close game win, a close game loss. Either way, the next day I had the Clippers the day before that when they wet the bed against Denver, played a terrible game. So it was a play-on spot for me. And I've said last year in here, we started out all right in the free pick side of things with NBA. You got to, I'll pick and choose my NBA. I don't care. I mean, some people see like you're 12-3 or 13-1, whatever I am, 12-2, and then I get a message from the owner of the site's like, "Hey man, you got to put more NBA up." Well, I got 13 games in 2 months, 3 months, right? But when did NBA start? September? I don't even know when NBA started. Why? Uh, They see how many games I have. How the heck would I be putting out? NBA started basically October 8th, right? Because the fifth game didn't really count. That's what, maybe a game or two, a week, maybe. I don't like the NBA, especially regular season. Chopper, Cowboys +9 over. Cowboys +9 over with Smith +1 interception. Cooks 1.5 TDs. All right, so the Cowboys got to be that'd be -9. I think you mean there for Dallas. Gino with a pick and Cooks 2 TDs. That's got to be a good payout there. I mean, the Cooks 2 TDs. Ken's in the house. Welcome. Good to see you. Much appreciated. Any thoughts on mini Nashville on the ice? All right, as I said, I sort of like the Flames on the ice. Minnesota and Nashville, my first inclination here would probably be if I'm going to do Nashville, maybe a puck line. I know it's 120. I'd look for a bigger payday. Um, that's just me. But again, I find myself, I said this before, Ken, especially in baseball, like overthinking, trying to be like I'm smarter than the average bear instead of just laying a 120, 130, 140. I'm like, oh, let me just do a run line, or in this case, a puck line, and try to get extra money. And then all of a sudden, it's a 3-2 win or something, and or baseball, whatever the case may be, and I end up losing games I should be winning, but I'm just trying to outmaneuver my pea-sized brain. But I would lean Nashville again. I want the puck line. F and Bob says Titans at home feels easy. What did I miss? Titan. What? I don't know. How does that feels easy to you? Uh, I mean, the line is where it is because I guess because Taylor's out for the Colts. I don't know if that's easy. Are we sold on that team? I do like the coach. I know they have the bigger name guys in Hopkins and uh, Derrick Henry, but uh, Colts are a nice little veteran bunch. Feels easy. I don't know. I don't. I mean, I like the Colts just because I've liked the Colts since game one. I like Minshew. I like the line. Uh, I mean, Morris is a good. He's good when he's back there. Taylor's been out. Maurice is in the house. How do I feel about Florida Atlantic 7.5 or 6-0 Liberty? Yeah, I mean, you see this kind of line here, right? Everyone's want to take Liberty. Ooh, Liberty's undefeated. Florida Atlantic. Well, Florida Atlantic has. I know they had the one loss, but they're kind of living up to expectations. No, I mean, granted, uh, they're like kind of like the public darling kind of team coming into the year off of last year, and everybody's back and all this. I don't know. I would 7.5. Mike B said maybe you get 8 or 9. I was hesitant, but now it's up to 7.5. Maybe I'd hold down and see how many more points I could get. If people were just gonna pound Florida Atlantic because it's Florida Atlantic, we gotta take Florida Atlantic. Take the Owls. I'd hold out for an 8, maybe more. Groovy says Raymond called a cops referee on me last night. Took my phone and my anytime Capiter goal away from me. What happened, Capiter? What happened? I guess there was a review. I'm assuming here, right? Plus $4. Zaka. Who's Zaka play for? Who's Zaka play for, please? Miz finished 16-11 yesterday, but hit 2-3 team round robins. St. Joe's plus 12, Colorado State 2.5 over the 149. There you go, 16-11. And they were in here like, 22 games, and he added more and made it 27. It's not crazy when there's that many games. I mean, some days you love the board, some days you don't. I totally understand that. And if you got the bankroll to play it, play it. Even if you got to tone down the unit size. Groovy says, Raymond, celebrating jump up and down, open a bottle of wine. Ninja, good to see you, the Ninja. I see him sometimes at Ross and Jesse. Ross and Jesse show live tomorrow, Ninja. You want to come in on that 3 p.m. Eastern? We get the live show. Zaka is what team? That's what I'm trying to figure out. He's on the Bruins. Bruins. All right. Thank you. Yes, thank you. Miz, all three games are over yesterday. Just saying, Queens games been over big time this year. Okay, no, I understand. Like the point was like they're the bottom six teams in uh, defense, but my point was like if they're that bad and if I could get double digits, you think it'd be worth a shot. It wasn't. It would have went 1-2. So more reason to why I'm struggling in college hoops. And I say struggling again. We're 500. It's happened. Wait to see if he's on the top line. Here we go. When and I got to find out lines now here for this guys who playing on the ice. Miz has got a 4.5 on Hofstra, better than the 6 is what it's at now. Apparently, or 6.5. T Money says Hofstra is awful, but they can score. But I couldn't lay 6. Yeah, 6 is a little too high for me. Yeah, I don't want to lay 6.5. Four's just right. T Money says Flames never win 2 in a row. Again, I didn't bet this game. I'm just saying who I sort of lean to, and I didn't end up betting it. It wasn't even making the show here. And again, the last time I fired a bunch of big dogs, well, they're not dog. We took an 0-4 day. You know, we take away that 0-4 day, and we're 7-6. We're plus money here. We're plus we're plus 275. We're not down 275. So I'm not going to just run out and put a game in the chat or bet myself. I'm not betting just to freaking bet. I mean, come on, you know that team. Miz, the worst defense is taking the games over. Yeah, they are. They are. But I'm looking to double up. I'm looking to say, all right, if they're that bad, I'll take the dog as well. Maybe we get both sides of this bad boy. Maybe we get both sides of this bad boy. You never know. But we do know. We do know because they lost. Queens. The Queens play tomorrow. I'll have to check. Michael B says NFL I got Dallas 7, Rico Dowdle TD plus $3. He's the backup running back for the Cowboys. You know, my guy Tamoose was asking, he's like, would you do a, you know, he messaged me on Twitter, was like, would you do an anytime TD for Pollard at minus 140? I'm thinking to myself, well, you know, why wouldn't you? Like, as Dak has been as great as he's been, uh, you know, was he averaging like 3, 4 touchdowns a game last 4 or 5 games, weeks, whatever it is? Uh, I mean, they're going to need Pollard. You got to kind of, you can't just ignore him. So he's plus $3, and last week he got some action. I think it's worth a shot here. And I wish Tamu. Where's Tamus? If he was here, I'd say, you know what, do a Daddle and a Pollard. Worst case, you go 1-1. Pollard gets it, and it's even money, or you get, or they both score, and you're looking really fine. Bill says, do you like Texas Tech plus the 8 or Creighton to bounce back? I like Creighton to bounce back. I mean, I do. I like Creighton. I'm a Creighton guy. Mike says, thoughts on Hawaii versus Utah? Yeah, this line here, big win over St. Mary's. Normally, I don't like betting the Rainbow Warriors away from the island. No, yeah. Anytime they come to the mainland, I want to avoid. I got a question mark next to Hawaii here, so I was definitely into Hawaii here. So we're getting 11.5. I'd say yes. I'd pull the trigger on Hawaii. Miz says got Dallas game under 48 a couple days ago. I mean, I don't hate the under there. Just because, as great as that's been playing, you know, is there a hiccup game coming? And by that, I mean they win. They could cover this 9, but could this game be 24-13? You know, maybe it's 20-10. They got Philly on deck. I'll tell you, and here's another thing: take Dallas right now at 2.5, because if Dallas plays like they've been playing, and this game is 38-24, and it's a blowout again, a 15-point win or whatever, and then the Niners go in and beat the Eagles, that line is going to go right to that 3 and probably cross 3 to 3.5. Now, they'll be hesitant to move to 3.5. It'll be heavy juice on the 3. Take that 2.5 now. Take it. Shout out says good afternoon. Only placed one bet yesterday. And how'd it do? The suspense is killing me. Jesse says Derrick Henry's done shove himself. I'm just saying. It's the name wise. Hopkins, Henry, you're thinking, oh boy. The line is 1. He's asking it, why does it look a little easy? And I'm saying that the Colts line, maybe because I think it was 2. I was a pick 'em and went to 2. It's that 1, maybe because Taylor's out, but that should have been already into it. I mean, I like the Colts, and that's saying I like Vrabel. I mean, I've had Titans a few times this year, but I don't know. The Colts just seem to be in the zone. Usually don't bet hockey, but playing Anaheim puck line plus 260. The Ducks on the puck line plus 260 against Washington. Hey, listen, plus two. I'm never gonna throw my nose up on plus 260. I might put you know what? I might put like 25, $50 on that just for poops and giggles. Jesse says Liberty 5-6 on the road last year. Liberty Bibberty. Uh, again, that was last year. Um, you got Florida Atlantic as a kind of like the public team, though. Again, do I want to run in and take Liberty? No. Do I want to take FIU? FAU rather, Florida Atlantic as the Florida International? Not really. I don't do either. Michael B says Colts baby. If you're worried about JTB and now Zach Moss has been good. He's been excellent this year. But I'm just saying that's part of maybe why I came down. And I understand the easy part. Like it looks easy to take Tennessee. Like why they've been terrible. Why not take them +1? The Colts are still a 500 team basically, playing better, yes, but winning on the road is not easy in the NFL. Ninjas, would you tease game tonight? Spread and total, Cowboys over. Yeah, I mean, what do you take Dallas down to 3 and bring the total down to 40, 40 and a half, whatever? Sure. You know, I would do that. You want to maybe you want to tease it up? You want to tease it up higher? You think it's going to go under? Like I mean, I think Dallas is going to score 30. Right? I put the team total up here. Here you go. I think Dallas is going to score their 30 points. I got them over 27 and a half tonight. So I think they're going to score. So if they score their 30, which I think they will get to 30, 31, or even 28 to 31, I'm going to get at least 13 to 16 from the other guys. Seattle should put up 2 touchdowns here. So I think I should get that over 40. That's what my goal is to get the over 40. But if you think it's low scoring, tease it up. Tease it up to 6 spot. Jesse says FAU's been killing teams. I ain't gonna bet against them at home. No, I agree. I get it. Jesse, it's true. FAU looks legit. Well, I mean, they were Final Four team last year, and they started the season top 10. They got all their guys back. Texas Tech Butler. Stevens Butler's getting a lot of love. Not sure I understand it. I like Tech. I think I put the over out on the one of my free pick videos. Took over Tech here. Shout out says NBA picks. Knicks -5.5 alternate line, and the Nets 3.5. NBA Nets 3.5 on the alt against Charlotte, and the Knicks against Detroit on the alt. Oh, buying a bunch of points there. Again, I don't buy points in the NBA. Would it be better just to do a 2-team money line parlay? Would the payoff be better than just doing both of these guys buying 5 points in each game? Or in the Knicks case, basically 9 points. Corey Jones, number 1 first ever commenter, Midday Money, check it in. You like Seattle in the big points? I don't hate it. Washington +9.5. I'm assuming that's the Commanders on Sunday against Miami. Liberty in a bowl game. Miami, Ohio, doggy versus the Rockets. Louisville plus whatever. Just that money line. That guy. If you think Louisville's going to win, they'll win. Arizona against Pittsburgh 5.5. I listen. Pittsburgh at a pick 'em is one thing. Pittsburgh at 3 or 4 is one thing. Pittsburgh at 5.5, 6 is again total dead number. They got 400 yards of offense. Still couldn't put in the end zone. But Arizona's what 2-15 on the road or whatever they've been in the last 17 games. Something ridiculous. Here's the Titans. We're just talking about that. I don't hate it, although I do have the Colts -1 there, or pick them, whatever I got them. Green Bay and the points, sure. Houston money line against that one. Last week I said it was maybe time to jump off the hot Texans train. Now it's 3.5, which obviously I'm going to say I don't care about that extra half. I think they try to trick you to take Denver. Maybe Houston is the play here. I don't know. Browns. I know if I want the Browns. Rams look good. Granted, it was Arizona, and they've only really beaten Arizona this year. And who else they beat? Seattle, maybe? Who'd they beat? They got 5 wins. I think they beat, Arizona, and I think Seattle's 4 of their wins. Browns on the road again. Not loving the Browns in this spot here. Not loving the Browns. Not saying I love the Rams, but I'm not saying I love the Browns either. Michael B says like under 139 open and slept and went down to 137. That was that Butler game. See, I kind of like the over in that game. We'll see what happens. So I took over 140 in the Hofstra game. Yes. Jesse says, still think he goes under Butler. Me and Jesse opposite each other on this one. Although I did not bet the over I put out of the free pick video. Shout out to his NBA picks today. Atlanta -5.5. The Hawks. The Hawks were a midday money team a couple years ago. I don't know if I want to. I mean, Spurs are trash. Trae Young over 3.5 assists and over 2.5 threes. Interesting. Okay. How's Wemby doing? Michael B says, Jesse, happens to me a lot on West Coast. I missed so many of the good opening numbers because a lot of that's coming around 4 or 5 a.m. Miss says, slow night for me, only 10 games. 10 games tonight. No, I get it. I mean, I have 5 games today. So we'll see. Detroit Lenny, I hit the like button like an adult. Thank you, Lenny. Thank you for hitting the like button. Be sure, did you vote in the poll? 25 votes. Dallas running away. 72% of the votes on Dallas right now. Nobody likes the points here tonight. Jesse says, I can't use that as an excuse. Yeah. Jesse, because for Jesse, it's like, it's 5 a.m. for you. It's 6 o'clock at night for him. He's on the grill. His excuse is I was cooking tomahawk steaks. St. Joe's came out big for me yesterday for the only bet I took. There you go. Hope you had a little money line. I got Mike Beast to take that money line plus $9. Lock it in with the King is in the house. Has Davis dropped his lock in the chat? No. And I added the Picks and Parlays Facebook group in here just to get him involved. Just so everybody knows what Detroit Lenny's talking about here. One of the commenters on the Facebook group, and I don't know if it was the Picks and Parlays, obviously not the winning free pick one. Lenny sent it to a chat with me and the Earls, was like, I'm going to start my own YouTube channel because I can pick better than you guys. Higgs doesn't know what he's talking about. He said to take Sam Houston. Sam Houston didn't cover last night. And the Earls are bad or something. He could do better than me. Shout out says player props. Nigba over 43.5 yards and Cooks over 36.5 yards. I don't hate either of these. I like Brandon Cooks. I like Cooks. It's a good, perfect receiver for the Cowboys there. Although I thought they had him already in Gallup, but it is what it is. And is Lockett banged up for Seattle? I mean, I don't hate this because you know what? He could do this on one play. He could get this on one play. T Money says, Chad, I love it. Keep hearing plus money. My spirit has spread. Huh? It's spreading the holiday cheer of plus money. Took Liberty over the 143. Okay, so it's 147.5 when it opened. So we'll see what happens. If obviously you like the over, you got a good number. So maybe you catch it. Detroit Lenny says up and under. For what? King D says 3-1 at college hoops, 26-10 on college basketball. Excellent. I like the under Colts Titans game, Steelers Cardinals. Yeah, I don't hate these unders. The problem is, and I was on a lot of these unders to start the season. Shout out, and I was talking to my guy Pound It on the phone yesterday, Anthony, and we're talking about I think the Saints Detroit game, and I was just talking about the Saints offensive woes and how I've been on those unders. I said, now these unders all like 40s, 38s. I said it was when there were 42s, I was pounding them. That's how you go 70%. I mean, 35 and 13, 73% NFL totals. Did I have a total last week? No total last week's. Total the week before, I did have under Houston 49, and I had under Kansas City 48.5 there. Was that the Thursday night game maybe or Monday night game? Whatever it was. So that is two totals in the last 3 weeks. And then they had an under loser Green Bay, over Seattle winner, over Cincy winner, and under Bills winner. So 1, 2, 3, and 1. 3 and 1, I had 2 overs. I mean, but now's the point where we're getting to these numbers where they're just not interesting to me now. Now they're getting a little too low. And I say, like the Jets game, we had the Jets over last week, right? Like 40, 41. Like you could make mistakes and get over these totals. I mean, look at these numbers. I just And again, I win enough where I don't have to bet every game, and I feel like, well, I left a winner out there because yeah, maybe I'll leave a winner, but I mean, they're easy to remember the winners. Nobody remembers their losers out there. Colts Titans 43. I don't hate this one. This is perfect. I could get on this one. Titans are gonna play a little defense. Colts offense on the road. I don't really love Colts on the road. Sure. Steelers Cardinals though. Why can't this just turn into an over game? Right? I mean, 41. If the Steelers generate any offense like they did last week, by accident they should get into the end zone putting 400 yards of offense up. And I got Arizona on the other side, who is a desperate team. As I mentioned, I think they're 2-13, 2-14, whatever their record is on the road. They've just been bad. I got a bad team here. I get interceptions going the other way. We saw this when the Steelers played Cleveland, right? I mean, I saw Arizona put almost 30 up on the Cowboys. So what am I getting out of these? I'd rather that one's an over, the other one's an under. Randy says, "Who wins the Browns Ram games money line?" I mean, money line. I'm just I don't want to lay. What's the 3.5? What are you laying with that one? I don't want to lay that money. I'd rather take Cleveland at plus whatever they are, but I think the Rams win. I think the Rams win. That's not a good side for Cleveland. Back to back on the road after back to back division games. Who's quarterbacking? Joe Flacco? Flacco's quarterbacking? And I'm the lover of the Rams team. They should win this game. LaMelo Ball is out. I don't even know who LaMelo Ball plays for. Shout out says Nets money line and Knicks parlay would be minus 238. I mean, my thoughts at minus 238 as opposed to, I mean, what are you paying to buy these lines? I mean, you're buying the Knicks from 14 to 8 or 5. You're buying 9 points on a game. What are the odds? What are you laying on that one? You know what I'm saying? Like, if you're buying 5 points, 9 points on the Knicks, the Nick line is 14. You're buying it down to 5.5, and you're buying 5 points from 8.5 to 3.5 on Brooklyn. Is that worse than 240 here? I mean, besides the fact you need to still cover the spread as opposed to just winning on a money line. Like we say, you should never tease basketball ever. Wait for a live line if you have to. 9% basketball game, you'll get a better number. 1 point. I'm just saying he bought the line is 14. He brought it to 5.5, Michael. And 8.5 he brought down to 3.5. So I'm like, if you're buying all those points, why not just put in a money line parlay? Shout out says Victor might not be playing tonight, having hip surgery. I don't even know who these guys are. Shout out. I have no idea. This is why I think we're talking NBA. I know LaMelo Ball's in the NBA, right? We're done with those crazy balls. They're all in the NBA now. Who's the guy who's playing in Czechoslovakia or wherever he was playing? How'd that guy do? He was supposed to be the best guy ever. Where's he at? Anyway, yeah, I do not know any NBA guys. Mike, good to see you. Bruins puck line tonight at home. Sharks are 0-9 on the road. I mean, what is the juice here, Bruins puck line? They're laying 500. I want to take San Jose on principle if I could get a 480. Again, you're not going to get that. The old days, 490, you should be getting like 460 back. Now, the way these crap books run, you're probably getting like 320. Puck line. Hold on. I'm going to pull up the puck line in this to see what it is. Because I'm sure it's probably 195 on the puck line. I mean, this is ridiculous. 849. Look at this. 190 on the puck line at Will Hill Caesars. 190. Minus 550 Will Hill. Take back $4. $1.50. What a disgrace. Let me tell you for you new guys out here, like you youngsters new to betting. In 1995, you would have got what did I say that was? A 525? A 550, you would have got back at like a 510, 520 back in the old days. Back in my day. You whippersnappers. Miz, I'm picking you up on picks and parlays instead of winning free picks for some reason. Well, it's on both channels. You know, go to YouTube, type in winning free picks. It's all right. Sign on win a free pick page. Michael B. If Davis is so good at betting sports, why is he watching a betting show? I mean, listen, I don't ever, and I said to the chat, I'm like, and people come in like, oh, you stink, you're terrible, your picks are bad. Not that I know people's names, but I thought, Jose Serna during baseball season, he's like, oh, you're terrible in baseball. I'm like, yeah, I have a bad baseball season, Jose. I, it's tough to win in every sport across the board all year long. If you do that, you're super. You're better than me because I don't win in every sport across the board all year long. I'm doing good in one. If I'm losing in one, I'll bet a little, but the bets are limited. I'm not trying to. I'm not due. But watching a show, I mean, I turn on another guy's show. I don't mind that, but come on, fella. I mean, I say I lose some games sometimes. Go turn on a channel and the guys plus all across the board and put out hundreds of games, thousands of games across a year. It's freaking impossible to win. I'm not saying impossible. There might be somebody out there who does that. I'm better in some sports than others at times. It happens. Thoughts on UC Davis plus 2.5 against Oregon State. I thought about Davis here, but yeah, exactly. The line movement is Oregon State, and I looked at Davis. I was like, oh, maybe I should take him here, but Oregon State's kind of not similar, but with like their returning players and stuff like this. Then maybe I just lean to a Pac-12 over a Big West. If I was getting more points, if I was getting a 5, I'd be like, okay, maybe Davis, but maybe 2.5 maybe is the play to take Davis. Like, why is it only 2.5? But when you're having a couple games under 500, I'm not running. I'm not running a bet it because I think I should do it. But I do like I agree with Davis. Arizona's desperate getting a lottery pick. I'm just saying, you got you're not tanking. You expect to win because you're putting Murray out there. What is the game plan of Arizona? I have no idea. What is their game plan? I mean, do you trust? Here's the thing: do you trust the Steelers' offense at laying 6 points? I don't want to lay 6 with the Steelers. Hey, I'm laying a field goal with the Steelers. Sure, 3.5. Okay, I can go that low number. 5.5, 6. No, thank you. No, thank you. T-Money. Stop it. Your closet at Charlotte Hornet fans. Which he's on Charlotte. I don't even know. Now, if you're talking Alonzo Mourning, Charlotte Hornets, sure. Larry Johnson. Who else was that team? Muggsy Bogues. Mike F. Do you like over under in Georgia, Alabama? Here you go. Let's talk some college football action. It's right here in the chat. Oregon under, Texas over, Boise minus 2.5, Georgia over, and Tulane under, Troy minus the points. College football. James says Cardinals can't stop anything. Yeah, but the problem is Pittsburgh can't score. Victor Wembanyama. I know that guy. The new Sean Bradley. Victor Wembanyama. This guy. Nice 3-win team. And how about I saw Pop coming out. Don't make fun of people here. Like, really, Pop? Freaking hang it up, you old geezer. What are you talking about? I mean, holy cow. What a joke. What is Wemby doing? 19 points. He's 82% for free throw line. I got to give this guy 82%. The man's a giant. A literal giant of a man. He's shooting 82%. Wow. Wowzers. 27% for 3. Good. I love to see that because, like every young kid, he thinks he could shoot 32-footers. 43% from the field. What a disgrace. That's what happens when you take 93-point shots. 9 boards, 3 blocks a game, 2.5 blocks. Wemby. James is laughing at something I said. The Cardinals. I'm sure that's the Cardinal part of it. King D says, Alabama future. Alabama future. I put in plus 18 during the season. Is looking juicy. Well, I'll tell you when it looks juicy if they win on Saturday. Then it'll be extra juicy. I mean, they're playing. Sometimes you need a little luck. They got it last week. Let's see what they do here. Like I said, if you have to buy points, maybe you should consider betting the dog. LaMelo plays for the Hornets. He's overrated, a walking turnover. Exactly. I mean, buying That's why I said just do a Monday night teaser instead of buying all those points. The Sharks have been playing better. They've won back-to-back games. I know nothing about hockey, but give me a quarter unit on the Sharks 425. I mean, seriously, that's just even a puck line was enormous. Team money, people have no sense, Sean. I hate to say it, but the NBA is crushing me, and that's my sport. Same with hockey, shake my head. But NFL, of course, I'm rolling, go figure. But people don't get it. As I've said before, I've talked to guys a lot smarter than me, sharp dudes, and as long as I've been doing it, they've been doing it longer and better. And they're like, NFL is the toughest one to bet sidewise. And I'm like, wow. I mean, I guess I'm listen. I'm hitting almost 60% this year, 64 last year. I'm again 13, 14 years. I'm probably around 54, 55%. People laugh at that, like, oh, that's not good. Yeah, get the hell out of here. It's not good. I find that I'm good at it. Whereas something like the NBA, I'm not that good at. And I mean, I've had some outlying winning seasons, and again, I could go through all the sites and but I've had losing seasons, and. But the key, and this again, that's what separates from being like a quote unquote pro guy to a regular guy or gal. Like when things aren't going well in sport, you still got to kind of keep your notes and bet, and you think you got a good angle on something, you got an edge, you move on it, but you're not moving on something where you're crushing hockey. Why are you going to bet what you bet on hockey when you're 18-6, when you're 6-18 in other sport? You can put the same amount of bets, same amount of money on games? No, no. Shout says, reason I bumped the spreads down, I put more money than usual on Knicks and Nets parlay. So you teased them down and parlayed them at those numbers? New bettors are different guys with jobs. Respectfully telling someone who does this full time is best. I mean, again, I don't, I really come in and blast other people in the betting world of content creating or how they do things. Again, listen, I say I'm not a huge parlay guy. I'm not a teaser guy. I'm not a huge this or that guy. I come in and people might like the show. And those who like it, they've been here for a couple of years. Those who are looking for other things go somewhere else. I'm not going to run in and have 10 player props today for goals and rebounds. And honestly, should I look at stuff like that? Probably, you know. But when I start making money my way, I am branching out. I'm going into hockey regulations and no bottom lines. I'll move a little bit. I'm trying to look at different things, but hey, man, the old if it's not broke, don't fix it. I mean, doing all right. Two teams that have been making me money: the Nets and Knicks. I'm definitely a net guy. And even after last year, they made those trades, and I said, "This is a team you don't play on because it's like the land of misfit toys. Like, oh, you get traded, feel like nobody wants you. Like, oh, all right, I'm going to show them." So I'm all for betting Brooklyn. King D says there is a difference, absolutely a difference. Jesse says Higgs, even when you show these guys you do it over 365 or a decade, they could play and you're only hitting 50. Yeah, Jesse's prime example. Um, Me and Jesse do things totally different. I'm way more violent than Jess. I've had more losing seasons than Jess. The guy is steady, Freddie, him. I mean, I'll put Kyle Hunter up there, Rickenbach, guys who just win consistently across the board in all sports for over a decade. And he'll pop up. I could pop up different areas where I had good runs, but there's a losing somewhere in between them. This guy pulls up a of, and I don't put out free picks on the sites because one, it affects like your record on the sites, and I feel like, man, unless I'm hitting 60% of these, it's whatever. I don't do it. Jesse does. He pulled up a decade worth of plays, winners at 56%. And again, I try to tell you guys 54, 55, 56. Take that and just run. That'll make you money your entire life. I mean, forget about hitting the lottery and taking the annuity payment. That's the same thing here in this kind of number. The guy's like, oh, that's not a lot of money. Like, what the hell? Like, this is what we're dealing with. I mean, he's like, because the misconception of look at this parlay I had, 29 teams, 2019 parlay, $5 for whatever. Oh my goodness, that's all right. That's life. Jesse's living a life. I have a pretty good life. We do things okay. We'll do our things and keep winning. You guys do your things. It's all right. Miz, take Pitt team totals under. This is Steelers. You think maybe with a new coordinator, they're going to start scoring 400 yards finally. Nothing in the end zone, but the offense moved the ball. T. says the kid is going to be a force on 10 feet and can shoot, and it's insane, but he's soft. Yeah, he's soft. I mean, that's what happens when you're 180 pounds. You're Charmin soft. Anybody know Squeeze the Charmin commercials? The guy can shoot. I don't know if he can shoot. He can't shoot threes because he's only hitting 20% of his threes. But free throw shooting, wow. When have we ever seen like 7-footers or just big cats shoot free throws well? King D says people want instant results. I get it, but it takes discipline. Yeah, I mean I don't know, slow and steady. People come in. Oh, I'm betting. I got this parlay, 5 dimes on a parlay. Hey, you betting 5 dime parlays? All right, 5 dime parlays. I can't get $250 down on an NFL bet on BetMGM, but you're betting 5 dimes. I mean, what's wrong with that photo? It's T Money talk about Wemby. Yeah, Michael B speaking facts. Yes, he was. J Rock says New Mexico State plus 325, Washington plus $3. See a lot of people in Oregon, but indoors is a dome. Penix going to go crazy. I don't know about that. Under. Under. Give me the under. And New Mexico State had a great season, but I don't. J-Rock, I'm not going to say you got two nice dogs here. It's tough for me to say don't take dogs, but I like the other sides here. Michael B says, I still think Wimby, I don't know how to spell his name, is going to have an injury issues. People are not supposed to be 7'8", 160 pounds. Exactly. He's got Wimby. He'll definitely have injury issues. T-Money says, he won't, Mike. He's light on his body weight. He'll be fine. He's playing ball for about 5-6 years professionally. Bro, you are T-Money. You're wrong here. The cat is definitely going to have injury problems. Just because any tall guy always has problems with their knees because they're mutants. They are. I mean, you get over. First of all, the fact that like 1% of the population is even taller than 6 foot. Now you're in rarefied air. You're 7 feet. What 7-footers never had knee problems? I go like Mark Eaton, Bill Walton. I mean, we talk like Greg Oden. Remember that guy from college? I mean, just any tall guy always has problems with their knees. You're not supposed to grow that much. And he's not a Shaq problem because he weighs 480. This guy weighs a buck 200 pounds. He's a stiff breeze from falling over and breaking in half. No, a fan of your boss. Whoa, not a fan? Not a fan of me? What are you talking? Whoa, my biz. What is this about? What's that about, Miz? Not a fan of me? What happened? What am I missing here? Michael's heading out. Actually, I do some work. Do it, baby. Get to work. Jesse says, there are dudes on TikTok that do in a day what we do in a decade, apparently. Yeah, it's... Please, I get it. But please, my daughter come in like, and not that I want to talk about TikTok kind of capper people like, oh, why don't you do this? I'm like, that's a bunch of crap, honey. That's fine. It's a joke. Liberty FIU under to 144.5. I don't hate this, Nathan. It was 147.5. I know people like the over. I said, well, you got a better number because it was 147. It's coming down, which is a sign to me here. J-Rock says he's helped a little bit by today's NBA. Don't get roughed up nearly as much. I get it, but you're still 190 pounds up. We'll see. I mean, the guy's played for 2 months. Let's see what happens here. We're tall. What do you want from us? Nathan, you're a 7-footer? Kid, I didn't know you were 7 feet tall, Nathan. T-Money says, good grief. What about Kareem? Kareem played for Miami. Oh, listen. We're going to throw out like anomalies of guys who are Hall of Famer and greatest player of all time type people. I'm saying really tall cats have problems with their knees. I mean, how many guys have we seen with knee problems over the course of their NBA careers? A lot more. There's a lot more guys with knee problems than there are Kareems. I mean, but then again, T-Money, come on. You think Wemby's freaking Shaq, apparently. I mean, who's this guy? I mean, If you're the Spurs, you hope he's just Ralph Sampson. You're ecstatic. I mean, heck, if he turns into Elijah Wan, you're not a fan of my boss. Why not? Not a big. I'm a fan when I grew up. I want to be Higgs, minus the hair part. Take now. Now we got hair jokes. You know, I shave my head. I'm not bald. I shave. I've shaved my head for like. I first shaved my head in 94, 95. I shaved my head. Nathan, very tall guys. I see knee problems. I'm 6'2", 260. I've been on the heavy side. A lot of weight training in high school. All right, you like my side. I'm like 6'1", and I fluctuate. I go between like 280 and like 350, depending on how the time of year it is. Jay says Big Panic's had some kind of something we don't know about. I listen. I can agree with you, Jess. The team has not played well the last few weeks. I don't think they just turn it on. Never rat on your friends. Always keep your mouth shut. There you go. You learned a lesson. Bronx Tale. No, that was Goodfellas. Not a fan of your boss from the other channel. Oh, why? What happens on the PMP? I mean, he's the boss of both channels. What happened on the other channel? Jesse says Rick Schmitz. There's another giant. I mean, really, if Wemby's Rick Schmitz, you have to be happy. Ones with knee problems were usually big. KD is 6 pounds. Yeah. No, you're right. I mean, lanky guys. Although, hold on a second. You don't think KD's had some injury problems over his career? Do we got to run down Kevin Durant injuries? I'm tall for my people. I don't see too many tall Hispanics there and very tall. There are very tall people out there. There are some tall people. You think they're tall, but in the global population size, Nate, they're really not. They're a small percentage. I have his autograph. I used to go to Pacers game quite often. Well, it's Market Square. I like those old teams. Him, Anton, and Dale Davis. I mean, just good squads. Mark Jackson, Miller, they were good teams. I mean, I go back to like was Chuck Person on those teams back in the day. I fluctuate. I'm 5'10", but 6'3" on the internet. There you go. Sean, you surprised that Arkansas oh yeah, Petrino's back, right? I mean, Petrino's back. Hide your fiancés, people, and your motorcycles. I knew you were gonna say that about KD after I said hit. Yeah, I know. I mean, the guy's been hurt. Come on. Tommy Dime says has a great day, all. Tommy, good to see you. Mark Jackson, yeah, Antonio Davis, Dale Davis, they were good teams. Those 90 teams, I like them. They could never beat the Knicks, but they were good. Zaka top line. All right, let's find an anytime goal on Zaka. I'm an hour deep. I got to get out of here. All right, basketball tonight. Just New Orleans in the chat. I do have a 5-pack up on the channel. You could buy a week pass. I win free picks. It's $31 for a week of plays. Can't beat it. Or $30 day passes. People buy $30 day passes every day. Why? It's $31 for a week. I don't get it. No hockey, no NBA. Dallas team total over 27.5. College football tomorrow. Oregon under. Texas over Saturday. Boise 2.5 Saturday. Georgia over 54.5 Saturday. Tulane under 47 Saturday. Troy -6 Saturday. I do hear you. There's a small percentage of tall people out there. I am humbled. Yeah, I feel like sometimes I walk into places, and again, you're like my size, so you get over that 250, 260 mark, you're just a big cat, and you're deceiving big person. Like people don't realize that you're over 6 foot because you got stocky build to you. That squad gave Jordan fits. It did. It was a tough squad. It was tough. It was a good team. Yeah. Rick Smiths, yes. They buy day passes because they're divorced 3 times. They're scared of commitment. Could be. They're scared of a week. $31 for a week or 30 for a day. Let me just do the day thing all the time. That makes sense. I don't. Whatever. I'm out of here. I'll see everybody on Friday.